In the union of hearts, financial melody is a sweetener, that symphony of love. When discord strikes the notes of money, it threatens the silence, the love song, everything we've composed together. Good morning, everyone. This is Soul Angel, and you are welcome to the Blissful Couples Corner. I have been away for a while, but I am back. I'm so excited to be here today, and we have an exciting topic about financial matter. Money matters in marriage. If this is your first time, please join us, subscribe to our channel, YouTube and Facebook if you have not yet done so. For our returning viewers, I thank you so much for being part of us. I know I have missed you guys, and I hope that you guys have missed me too. But we are here and we are about to roll. We cannot leave the year run out without saying something again to encourage each and every one of us. So, as you come in, please, I want you to share the link to everyone in your contact, your social media platforms. I would like you to comment. Please don't just sit and listen to us. I don't know everything, as I always say here. But when we come together, we put our heads together and we reason together. The whole purpose of this channel, like I said, is for us to look together at those challenges that we face in our marriages and find possible solutions in a godly way to navigate them. No marriage is perfect. That is why I call this, I tag it as the splendors and flavors of marriage. You can have bittersweet flavor, you can have a spicy flavor, you can have vanilla flavor, strawberry, pepper. It all depends on how and the way you spice it. That's what we have of these flavors. Okay. So you are highly welcome. I'm excited. Please share the link. Share, and share. Today, our topic is on money matters, balancing expectations, couples' financial concepts, and the impact on their relationship. We always say that, well, money don't really matter inside marriage. I still love him. Girl, when you get into marriage, you know that money matter. But it is not so much about the amount of money in your bank account. It is about what both of you, or how both of you have decided to move along with that. So there are so many issues that arise in marriage. In short, we had a series last time before I went on a break, on this very long break. Sorry, excuse me. We had a series on why the scramble of divorce in America and in the world generally. And one of the things that we had, that we saw, was finances. One of the key reasons of divorce, or the key causes of divorce, is finance. Now the question is why? If we are saying that it doesn't really matter, why is finance a big issue in marriage? So, being that is something that really causes a lot of problems and is one of the key reasons of divorce, is something that we will be talking about it time and again on this channel on various angles. Today we want to see about couples concepts. There is a concept of 50-50. There is a concept of the woman has to bring something on the table. There is the concept of, no, the man has to provide for his family. There is a concept of this. Everybody have a concept. Now, is it one size fit all? We don't know. We're going to unravel that today. With your help, I need each and every one of you to comment on this topic. Your personal experience and your belief, what you think about it, is so valuable. It can help somebody out there. I see 5 people watching me right now. Please help me introduce yourself. Let me know where you're watching from, your name. Let me know where you're watching from. And are you a new subscriber? I will be so happy to welcome our new family members. Oh, I see DIJ. I hope I pronounce your name well. I'm sorry if I did not. Yes, he says yes. Financial issues need to be dealt with. It's a major problem most couples face. Yes, my dear, it is. It is. We're going to deal with that today, okay? With your help, Jay. I hope that you give us some tips on that. All right. So without much ado, I want to bring I have a guest today. We have a very powerful guest today. Hi, Sister Babis. Hi. My sister Azinu is here. Hi, boo. So um I'm gonna bring one of our own. It so happens that she's my bombo. The scientists are rocking it. Okay, so I will bring her forward. She will introduce herself, and she is my special guest speaker for today. Okay, so here we come, Miss Solange Eno. Welcome, sister. Welcome, welcome, and thank you so much for taking the time to be with me today. I know we've been trying to get together for a very long time, but busy body, too much.
I know.
So go ahead and
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, sis. Also, Angel, thank you for having me on the show today. And everyone else, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. I'm Solange by name. I am from Cameroon, precisely from Manu, Southwest region, but my mom is from Northwest region, from Mancon, but I'm based in Massachusetts, United States of America. And I'm a relationship coach, well, by calling.
amen. All right, Solange, you are so welcome. I was excited when I
Thank
was
you.
introduced to you. I'm like, oh, hi, she's my bumbo. Yeah. In the
Thank
same
you for
calling, we
having
thank
me.
God and we pray for
Oh yeah, thank
grace
you for having
to do
me.
this because this is not easy. I
Yeah,
watched one of your live yesterday, and you were saying that this is a huge responsibility. And I just want to
yeah,
agree with you that, my dear, you couldn't say it better. It is such a
mm,
huge responsibility.
it is.
Sometimes, because I always say that sometimes we come here, it's not because our own marriages are perfect. My own
Mm-hmm,
marriage is not perfect. I always say that.
mm-hmm,
I have made my mistakes and I'm still trying to correct them. I'm not a saint. It doesn't mean that I don't get angry. It doesn't mean that I cannot fight with my husband. The only thing is that we have
no,
a different way that we fix it.
yeah,
We
it's
solve the problem. So we have our
yeah,
problems sometimes. No
yeah.
marriage is free from
Every marriage
problems.
has,
So
yeah,
imagine that
every marriage
you
has,
have an issue, mhm,
yeah,
with your husband. You
mm,
are not happy for some reason with him. Then you have
mm.
to come and sit here and be talking. Ha, easy.
I know.
As somebody like me, I don't know how to pretend. Sometimes
Yeah,
I
for
tell him,
sure.
be careful with me. I'll go and blow
I
you up
know.
on social
I
media. He's
know.
like, what am doing that?
Trust me, that's part of all marriages go through that. All marriages go through that, and that's the beauty
I'm
of it.
telling you, it is. It is. It is a bitter, sweet, sour,
Yeah.
whatever
Oh
experience.
yeah.
But the thing
Oh
is,
yeah. That's what
let the
makes it.
sweet part be
Yeah.
most of the time.
Oh yeah.
And
For
in
sure.
God, by God's grace, that is
Yeah.
so possible.
Yeah.
People will say marriage
But
is hard. Yes, it is difficult because
mm,
two imperfect people are meeting.
yeah.
But with God in the middle,
Mm,
we
for
have
sure.
a smooth cruiser. Amen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna start. Hi, CS Panda, my sister. She's here. The most eloquent MC, female MC in the DMV. Don't try. MC JT, CS Planner. Azinu, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. My sister, King Babis, thank you. That's a minister in our church. She's always there supporting me. Thank you so much. So, as I said, please share the link as you come. Share to your contact. That's the only way that we reach a lot of people who need this message. We are not doing this thing. I am not doing this for me, but to reach out to somebody that need this message, that can be educated. Okay. So please share. When you share, you don't know what you're doing. Just one person that will impact them is a lot. So go ahead and share, please. So we're going to go dive into financial matters today. Okay, so in our society now, there's a lot of divorce. And even if you see people smiling out there, you don't know what they're going through in their homes. There's a lot of fake going out there. People portray, especially on social media, people portray what does not exist. And then some people that I don't want to say they don't have sense, or they cannot. People foolishly follow people on social media and try to imitate their lifestyle, right? They don't know what they're going through. And one of the key things in our society now, the trend is that there is too much competition. If I have a RAV4, you should have a RAV4. If if your husband got you a whatever, what kind of iPhone, the latest one, or got you the latest kind of Mercedes Benz, you want your own husband, I want my own husband to have it too. But we don't know our financial power in the house. Okay. And minus that, there are so many little intricacies in the home apart from what we see outside. And those are the things that I want us to talk about today. Financial concepts of couples. Okay. Because this financial concept, if we don't have the same mindset about finance, we're going to have a lot of problems. We're going to have a lot of problems. So let me just dive into my questions here, Solange, so that we get started. Okay. I'm so sorry, my voice is not the best. The cold season is not my friend. So bear with me. I hope everybody can hear me well. It's really hot. So let's start with the first thing, my dear. What does financial transparency and financial infidelity? There are two words here. Financial transparency and financial infidelity. People think that infidelity is only about cheating on your spouse. There is financial infidelity. So what are those two words? What can you say to the audience about those two words?
So financial transparency, it's the act of being open about your finances with your spouse, letting them know what you make, letting them know how you spend, what you spend on, and any other financial dealings you have as a whole, being open to them about it. It's all about being accountable financially, holding yourself accountable to share this very important information with your spouse, and equally giving them access to it, giving them proper disclosure of all your financial dealings. But financial infidelity actually is kind of like financial infidelity. I would liken it to even cheating, because it's kind of like being dishonest about your finances. It's kind of like a betrayal, because you're not being open with your partner about your finances, and that can cause a lot of issues in the marriage. So it's kind of like financial being deceitful to your partner. It's like financial misrepresentation or hiding information about your finances from your partner, and it's something that you purposefully do it by keeping that information away from them. So that's what financial infidelity is.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. Financial transparency. I mean, from the word, you understand it. Transparent. Being transparent with what you are doing with your finances, the couples, both sides. Infidelity, it says it's cheating. You are not being honest, dishonesty. So meaning what? You are hiding some money, and hiding money that really impacts the family. You are carrying out projects, major projects, without your spouse knowing it. It's a big thing, but sometimes we just brush it at the side. Okay. So let's go further. What we want to do as couples is to be as transparent as possible in everything, including our finances, right? So what do you think that are some of the conflicts that financial infidelity and lack of transparency can cause in a marriage? What are some of the things that you think that it can cause?
Personally, I think the number one big,
Oh,
it kills the
sorry.
trust in the marriage. Like you trust somebody, you trust your partner, and then to find out they're hiding XYZ finances away from you. They are involved in, or they are they have so XYZ project they are working on, and they don't even tell you anything about it. Number one thing it kills, the conflict it would create is the trust. It would kill the trust you have for them. It would bring up disagreements. It will bring up misunderstanding. It will bring up all kinds of arguments and fighting just because this information was concealed. And that can lead to unnecessary stress. It can lead to tension, suspicion, and people growing apart just because of that betrayal, financial betrayal, and defeat. It can lead to them growing apart. Reason why some people end up in the divorce court. Financial infidelity is one of them. Lack of transparency, all of these kill the trust, and finally people growing apart and resentment and all of that leading to divorce, separation, or divorce at the end of the day. So the conflicts are many.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Solange. There's a comment here. Many marriages are in trouble today because of financial infidelity. True. Very true. So Solange mentioned one of the things is it kills trust. And if you have been following my show from the whole of this year, we had a series about the core pillars of marriage, and that trust was one of them. When you kill trust, it's something that is so difficult to come back. It is so hard. So it kills trust. Number two, it conveys a feeling of disrespect. It is so disrespectful when you think that you people are working together, but then you turn around and find out that there is some key project that your spouse is carrying out without you knowing. That key thing is not only a superficial thing, but it's like digging deep in the finances. How do you feel about it? I don't know about you, but I will feel disrespected. I will feel like my opinion does not count. I feel like you don't have regard for me. I don't mean anything. Like I am not part of your decisions. If we're in a marriage and we say we are partners, then I should understand what is going on, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it conveys not only it doesn't only kill trust, but it conveys that feeling of not being respected by your partner, which is very bad. And respect is one of the core things too, pillars in marriage. Just like men love, imagine how men with their ego are. They love respect. Then you are the woman, you are carrying out a project. And most of the time, if I should get in here, those hidden things are because of family. You have a project that your family wants you to do. For some reason, you don't want to tell your partner. You say, I'll just do this back. But guess what? By the law of God, for the fact that God has said that the two must become one, guess what? Whether you hide it, it must come to light to your partner one day. If it is something that God meant that both of you should sit down and talk about, trust me, don't waste your time. It will come. So be careful when you do that. Financial infidelity, it kills trust. It causes financial struggle. That's the next thing in the marriage, because maybe you are to pay your bill. Maybe there's something that you people know that you have to do, but because you are not being honest with your money, the things are not being done. Things are not being done. You realize that things in the house are not being done because something is not right, but nobody is saying anything. So it is so important, just like cheating, like unfaithfulness. it has the same effect.
Yeah.
People think that it's not like that. If it was not this serious, there will be no divorce because of finances.
That's right. Hmm.
If financial infidelity was not serious, then people will not divorce because of that. But guess what? It causes a lot of divorce.
Yeah. It does.
Somebody saying something here. That's why. Let me read this comment. My sister. Aya said, couples shouldn't only have intercourse when it comes to love making. Intercourse, love making, nakedness, or transparency should happen at every level of the relationship. Insist and build together. My sister, take high five. You have said it all.
Great.
You have said it all, my dear. Take high five. Yes, because when it comes to that one, they are quick to, no, let's have this one. Intercourse is at every level, like she said.
It is.
It's at every level. Financial intercourse. Let's have intercourse with finances. Yeah, thank you for that one. I have to put that in my dictionary, financial intercourse. That's a good one. Oh my goodness. All right. No, but like seriously, it's a big issue. Imagine you're sitting and you know that this has to come by the end of the month. Okay, we have this bills, we have that, and then we're like, nothing's happening. You're like, okay, what happened? They start scratching their heads. And the thing is that some people don't know how to lie. By the time they open their mouth, you know they're lying. So I'm just calling on couples. Let's be transparent. And let me tell you something. The Bible says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Let's talk about that thing, that line, the truth shall set you free. What truth? It's only the truth that you know. You that you are being unfaithful with the money. Now only you know the truth. And if you don't say that truth, guess what? You will keep digging that pit. If you don't come out to be transparent, because you must find a lie to cover the one that you are lying already about. And then you will find another lie to cover the second lie. Guess what? That pit that was like this, that you could have just come and say, well, babe, sorry. Now this thing will happen. It starts going. And before you know it, it's at a level that you cannot contain it. Then by the time you want to start coming to to say the truth, and they're like, you should have said these things, it's too late. So that truth that you know is the one that will set you free. Nobody will force you to take it out. So let's understand that concept. And I pray that we should not only dwell on sex, like my sister said. Transparency should be everywhere. When there is transparency, you sure you are hiding a fake code. Because if you're hiding something, by the time I want to mention anything about finance, you don't start being so defensive. You are so defensive because you are lying. Maybe even what I'm saying is not even related to what, but you have interpreted in another way because there's something you have in your closet.
Right.
So, oh my God. Okay, somebody say something here. What if each time you suggest a project to your partner and he or she doesn't see it with you? Okay, doesn't see the need with. I think she wants to say that it's okay to go on with the project behind he or she. Okay, I think she's asking that Mr. Barbara is asking that if you suggest to the baby has heard me talking now, he's knocking the door, he wants to come in. So Minister Barbara is asking that if you have a partner, if your husband, right, or your wife, and you keep suggesting to them that you guys should carry out a project, and for every time you know that that's a good project, but for every time they keep rejecting it. So she's asking, is it okay for you to do the project behind their back? You have anything to say on that? So
that's quite a tough one because I believe God said the two shall become one, and but sometimes couples don't always agree on everything. That's a fact. As human beings, we don't always agree on everything. There might be something you want to do, or that's a good project that maybe will benefit the family, not just you. But your partner might not see it with you. And you are like, what do I do? Should I drop the project? I think at that point you take it before God and ask for counsel what God wants you to do first, and then you can go from there. Because there are certain projects, I think some might be important, some might not be important. But if it's something God really wants that project done, take it before God. He'll give you the wisdom on how to move from there with it. So I think that's
Amen.
my suggestion. Take it to God and find out what's the way out. What should you do now? You counsel on what to do.
Okay, so I hope Minister Barbara, you got what she said. So if her answer is, if you do that all the time and he or she is not budging, excuse me, we as Christians, we have our war room. Get in there, table the matter before God, and listen for direction. That's a very powerful step. And I also want to add on that. Wow, somebody has written a very long whatever. This person, who is this? Anyway, I mean, things there are so many crazy things that are on social media. I tell you, everybody, all with the babalaos that are coming to Facebook to look for clients.
I know.
Somebody's telling me that. Somebody's telling me that if you have a problem, I can solve it. Marriage problem, whatever.
I always see those comments.
Anyway, I was saying that just to add to what you said. So, yeah, what Minister Barbara has asked is very sensitive, and a lot of couples go through this issue. A lot. You have a project, you think that you have this vision God has given you, and you go table it and they say no. You go table it and they say no. What do you do? So to add to what you have said, this is my take. Why do not want the project? Encourage them to honestly voice. Exactly. Yes. MCJT just said what I was, one of the things that I was about to say. Why don't you want the project?
Right.
Encourage them to honestly voice their opinion too. They must say why and not just refuse. That is where I was about to come. Okay. We have to be objective. When I bring a project to you, right? Number one, when you go with them to them with the project, to your partner with the project, have you explained the project and what is your reason behind that project? Is that project beneficial to you both and the family as a whole? Or is it a personal project? I mean, make sure that you table your reasons for the project, why you want the project, the benefits of the project, everything, question that can arise, right? Then now, if you go to your partner and they don't want it, just like my sister Joyce has said, ask the question, honey, okay, this is what I've presented, at least give me your own opinion. Why do you think that we cannot do the project? Have an open, honest communication. We have said here, one of the core pillars of marriage, a successful marriage, is communication, not any kind of communication, open and honest. The moment couples start being dishonest and not voicing their concern and sugarcoating things, their communication is blocked. I am not God to read your mind. I may have that spirit of discernment. I will not discern your mind on everything. So voice it out. Be open about it. Oh, babe, I don't want this thing now because of so. Trust me, if you have a good reason, your partner will understand. And it's not only a good reason all the time, but babe, for right now, you have a good project. It's a good thing. But look at the situation now. Do you really think we can do it? That's one aspect. Okay, can we put this in the parking lot and we do it? Give a reason. Don't just say no. That's a different thing, because when you realize that your partner keeps saying no in everything, that is controlling. Hi, Olive. That is controlling. There is a difference between saying, yeah, babe, this is a very good thing. I think we should look at it another time, because right now, look at the project that we have, because some people too are too much. Oh, we are on a project. We are not even done with the project. You want to start another project. So look at the dynamics. Why is he or she saying no? Is the reason good? Can you work with that? Now, on the other hand, if it is the one that keeps saying no, I don't want to hear it. No all the time, you're in trouble. No all the time, you're in trouble. So take it to God, pray over it. And I dare say, listen, and I'm telling this to the women, there are women that have gotten in trouble. God forbid they had that kind of man that kept saying no, even when they want to improve themselves academically, they want to improve themselves financially, they keep saying no. Guess what? God forbid that man dies, you are stuck with the kids. Where do you start? So I say, use your wisdom. Don't do things behind your husband. If it is me, let me tell you what I'll do. I always say that I will not say something that I will not do. My advice would be that if it is me, I put myself in that position. When I come and ask you and tell you about the project, like my sister has said, give me your reason. Oh, baby, we cannot do this now because we are still doing this project. Let's do it some other time. Oh, baby, see, you don't give a reason. Because I may have that vision, but I've not seen some obstacles on the way, you understand? Then by the time you bring me to it and say, no, don't you see that this one, I understand. But if I have you, that you keep telling me that no, when I've taken that your no and I realize that you don't give me any reason for the no, right? Actually, you have no reason for the no. What I will do is that I will tell you, babe, I know you don't want us to do this project. You don't want me to carry out this project. But I am telling you, I am sorry at this point, I'm going to disobey you. Because this project is very vital for the family and for the kids, especially for the kids. If it is not something of self-interest, if it's not a matter of selfishness on yourself, it's not about you. It's about the big picture of the family and the kids. I'm going to tell him that it's okay. You don't have to put any money on it, and maybe you don't have the finances, but I will go ahead and do it. Whenever you think that you are ready to join me, boy, follow me and that spirit, waka. Listen, I'm just being real.
Yeah.
I'm just being real. I'm keeping it very real here. That's what I will do. Because a lot of women have done this, yes, sir. And it came to a point where they had nothing.
Yeah.
The husband died, God forbid. Then they're stuck with the kids. They know nothing about the husband. They have no self-improvement. They have no income. They have nothing. There is nothing for the kids. So when you marry somebody, know who you are married to. Know your partner. Know your husband. Know your wife. If you realize those kind of things, my dear, speak with God, like my sister said, and he will direct you. God will not allow you to be in a ditch.
Yeah.
I have said, that's what I will do. You can quote me, I don't mind. I'm just keeping it real, because it's high time that women stop being all these things that they're doing, and then they're being put down all the time. Then when they're left with the kids, they are so frustrated. Let your project be for the benefit of the entire family. If it is not for a selfish reason, after a couple of tries, my dear, please take it to God and even tell God, that Father, show me time, show me the way. And if it is something that God wants you to do, you do it. Go and tell the man, baby, I'm sorry. I know that you don't want me to do this project, but I don't want to do it behind your back. So you shouldn't hear from somebody else. I want to tell you from my mouth, I will do the project. It's okay if you don't want to contribute. But when you feel that you're ready, oh yeah, follow me, enter spirit, we'll do it. That's my own advice that I will give. I hope that it makes I hope it has helped somebody. But it's not fighting. Don't you ever fight for it.
Yeah.
Fighting is not the thing. They say you wisdom. A wise man builds a house. Remember, a wise woman.
Yeah. Can I say something in relation to what you say?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, so I've had that kind of experience in my life too. And that was here in the US. I was married at the time to my husband then. But at the time, he's a great man in all aspects. But he was that kind of man. He didn't want me to work. And I know some men might mean that with a good intention, just that okay, I want to be the man, I want to provide for my woman. I don't think there's anything wrong if a man says that if he wants to stand up and be the provider while you are home, take care of the kids. I think there's no problem with that. But for him, I think for him, his issue was he was really insecure, so he did not want me to work to have any kind of money for myself. So I said, okay, you be the man, you take care of the finances. But what happened is he ended up abusing me so badly. He ended up treating me so bad. And anything I wanted to do for myself, he did not want it. He was always saying no.
Mm.
Doing Facebook videos, no. That's a no. I don't want you on Facebook. Can you give me a reason why? No. I just don't want you there. But he's on Facebook. But he doesn't want me on Facebook. Am I doing anything bad? I'm just giving advice to people. No, he just don't. The answer is no. It's not like you give me a genuine reason why you don't want me there. And I'm like, this is what God put in my heart to do. How can I? He's no. His answer is no. I'm your husband. No. And I just didn't know how to manage that conflict. Should I listen to him or should I listen to what God is putting in my heart? And unfortunately, at that point, because God matters so much, I had to go with God. This is what God put in my heart to do. Unfortunately, I will have to continue with this. And he was not pleased. He was not pleased. But unfortunately, God comes first. And if he can, I'm sorry, if you can't see with me, I just gotta go. I have to obey what God is, put in my heart to do. And I remember him coming, trying to destroy my platform, trying to say all manner of things about me to destroy me. But God turned it around.
Wow.
God turning around in a way that people who didn't even know me on Facebook stood up to defend me. That I did. It was like God raised an army on Facebook. They stood up and they fought for me. They spoke for me.
Oh
I was
my.
like, wow, I couldn't even believe it. So I say this to say I get it. As African women, especially, sometimes we find ourselves in certain situations, and it is really hard to be honest because sometimes some of our men, not I'm not talking to generally all, some
Mm-hmm,
of them
mm-hmm.
feel like I'm the man, you have to obey me, you have to listen, you have to submit. Yes, God said we should submit, but what are we submitting to? What's the counsel you're giving
Two.
in terms of this project, this thing? If God is putting in our heart as your woman to do, are you going against God by telling your woman no? So it was a big conflict for me. I would be honest. I struggled with that and I had to go to God because I was like, God, I cannot, because I can't even better myself. By then he was doing my green card and he decided he will not do it. Like he stood on it, like sat on it, like I'm not gonna do it because I don't want you to come, to be better yourself in any way. And he did that and sat on it for like three years and it ended up being rejected and they didn't give me the green card. I couldn't work. I couldn't do nothing for myself. And then he just, I mean, it was chaos. But I thank God because all of that was God was preparing me for this. To be able to meet women who we would go through those kinds of situations and to understand what advice can I give to them. So I really thank the lady who brought up this question because women go through that, especially African women. Some of us we go through these types of situations, and
It's terrible.
we are told to submit. We're told to listen to your husband, submit to him. But what if what you're trying to do is what will benefit? God said it, and then it will benefit the family and all of that, but he just don't want it. What do you do? That's a huge conflict right there already. So
Oh my God. Thanks so much for sharing that, Solange. I know that's very sensitive.
yeah, it is.
It's very sensitive, and not everybody can really share that. But thank you so much because this is just
Mm,
like I was saying.
mm,
That is the aspect of being controlling.
yeah,
They want to control you.
everything.
God didn't say that. When God said women should submit to their
Mm,
husbands, submission is not slavery. That's what we don't understand.
mm,
I don't understand why people are misunderstanding or misinterpreting this thing.
mm,
And they say, I am your husband, you have to listen to me.
mm.
They are saying that in the mindset of women submit to your husband, just like the Bible says, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't forget, they forget the other part.
Yeah. Mm.
They forget the other part of it.
Mm.
There is a submission,
Yeah.
and there is an order, a command for them to love you.
Mm. Mm.
We only need to submit.
Mm.
But they have the greater thing to do. And the Bible even says further that you should treat them with care and understanding. You should understand them. You should, oh my goodness. Sure, this one I talk for another day because I don't want to even get into that topic. So we fail to understand. That's the thing that I want women to understand. I always say, if women, my husband always say, the day I will talk about women, if women know the power that they have. Sometimes they look at me and say, hey, if you know the power you have, I say, I know. So don't say it. I say, I know.
Yeah.
Women have that. And one thing men forget is that the Bible says that you should treat your wife nice, with care, with love, with understanding. They forget there's a phrase, so that your prayers will not be hindered.
That's right. That's right. That's key.
So do you just understand that because of you, that man cannot prosper?
Yeah.
If you understand that because of me, anything I say,
yeah.
if I am right before God, we cannot stand that counsel now. I must win.
Yeah.
God must answer.
Yeah.
Hey, I wish women would understand that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tell my husband, I say, you know something? I don't have time to be running behind you. I don't have time to run behind you. I have better things to do. You know why? Because I have an advocate. Whatever you do, even if you don't have a hide, I go know.
Yeah, exactly. Women have power.
Even if you do it how, I go know. And you've seen evidence. You've seen evidence. There was a time when at that time we were still dating. He was doing his PhD in Kenya. So sometimes I just sit and I call him. So when he came here, he was confessing one day. He told me that I don't understand what you have. I said, what do you mean I don't understand what you have? He said, for every time that I'm this close to being tempted, you always call me. I said, can you explain that? Then my ear was like, okay, come. What do you mean by close to be tempted? So when he's like, calm down. I'm just so he said, for every time that somebody wants, I always call. How do you do that? Did I know? I didn't know.
Yeah.
So the thing is, when God is in something, see, God, and it is the same now. Whatever, like it's just like something you just sit and it just come in your mind, and sometimes you be like, why do you ask that? I said, I don't know. It's like you started again. So listen, if you're a child of God, understand your strength. Understand who. There's no time for you to be running behind this man. Listen, God will tell you.
Yeah.
And you have that power. So I just wish that women will understand that. Look at, if you were not the woman of God that you stood that, I must. He doesn't even understand the mission, the assignment that God has given you. That is a huge assignment that you have. Then he's going on social media to destroy you. But look at what God did. He raised armies to fight for you.
Everywhere.
Our God is good. I said, man, when you play with God, me continue. My play with God, I have a lot of comments here. My sister Ken Babi, she said, so women's submission should not be foolishness. Thank you, my sister.
Yeah.
Face blue smiling. Okay, exactly. A happy wife makes a happy home. Yes, oh my dear.
Oh, yes. For sure.
A happy wife makes a happy home for sure. Oh, I have my mom here, my stepmom here. Very young stepmom.
Oh, nice.
Thank you for joining, Mama. She's in Houston. Yeah, so man, yeah, women, please understand your power, understand your strength, understand your strength is very important. Let's move forward, man. So, last, I don't even know if we're going to go through half of these questions today.
I know. I know.
Oh, but we thank God, we thank God. Whatever thing we are saying here is helping somebody. Oh, I have a comment here. I had this conversation with you, wife. The moment you start having uncountable misunderstanding with your spouse, it affects his finances. Yes. Some women are born with grace. Men don't understand. Yeah, that's my sister-in-law. Yeah,
Wow.
I had this conversation we had one time. Yeah,
God.
listen, I don't want to go deep into it. I told my husband one day. My husband said one day that I have to talk about this thing because you like that. I don't know what you have, but it's okay. Yeah, it's just whenever I have a misunderstanding with my husband, things just go wrong. Like I remember there was one time he came to me. He said, "I am just begging, please." You don't understand the spiritual things that happen when this atmosphere is like this. Like I said, I'm somebody that I like to keep it real. My house is not perfect. We have our misunderstandings. Sometimes I am so mad with him. Sometimes he's so mad with me. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
No, but we fix it. But when there is that strife in the home, the devil takes advantage.
Yeah.
It took me time to understand because for every time I will not be happy with him, something will go wrong, and he'll keep telling me, I'm saying, I beg, why are you blaming me? Is it my fault? One day he started me down and explained to me that you don't understand. I am begging you, I don't want this. If you have an issue with me, let's talk about it. Because it affects everything, even in my environment at work. And so I try. Because that day he was so serious because he's never taken it like that serious. That day he sat me down and really spoke to me about it. So I'm like, okay. So for everything, I was like, pray. I used to be very, I used to get very angry. Like, I just pray, like, anger issues. I've prayed that God should really help me with that. And he's really doing it. God has been so amazing. Sometimes I look at things, I just laugh. I'm like, hey, so are you this? But it's only the grace of God. Yeah, so some women, just like you said yesterday in your show, you can play with women, but there are certain ones that you get in their path. You are done. Don't play.
Done, yeah.
Yeah. So that I never understood that until he was really serious. Things from when we're dating, until he really found me that, and he was doing that day. I'm like, okay. So I had to say, I said, God, please help me.
That is amazing. He realizes that he can even talk to you about it. Because some men, they will not let their ego come down to that place they can talk to their wives.
Yeah, you're right.
He's really down to earth to admit that and come and talk to you about it. Some men, they will not do it. Because I'll tell you that same ex-husband that I had, he understood that, but he would not. He just kept doing things. I remember we had this business one time from home. It was an Airbnb. We were running it. I was running it. He told me, okay, you run it, your home, you run it, and then you take the money that comes in, you take 50%, I take 50%. I said, no problem. He said, do all the work, but you keep 50, I'll keep 50. I said, no problem. But the money was supposed to go to his account. But when the money came out, the money was coming in, give my own 50, no. He wanted to keep all of the money. And then he didn't want to do all of the work. And I was so angry about that. What you said about being angry, I used to be very angry. So angry. I say, God, help me with anger. But one thing God has helped me is to take it spiritually now. I take my anger spiritually. That's what I do. And I decree things. And I realize when I decree things happen. I told him, if you're trying to cheat me, you're trying to play me with this, I'm doing the work, you're collecting the money, this business is going to crumble. It wasn't long. It was just months down. COVID came, the business crashed. And I was like, listen, women, the power we have, if only we realize it, we won't be doing this physical fighting, won't be quarreling. We will know where to take our battles.
I
The
know.
business crashed. He lost the business. And I said, I told you, I told you, don't play, don't cheat me, don't try to play me because you
Mm,
won't lose everything. I can't be working, you're collecting the money and as your woman, and
yeah.
then you are boasting and bragging. I said it is gonna come down. He thought I was kidding. The business crashed. So women
Hmm.
have so much power. I pray that we get to understand that.
Yeah. I tell you, I really pray that we get to understand that. And like you said in your show, not to abuse it,
Yeah,
but
don't
to
abuse
use
it.
it for a good cause. Because
Yeah.
just as you have that same strength to bring down that business, you have the same strength to bring it back.
Mhm. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
That's right.
You have the same strength to bring it back up.
Oh yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
something called the power of agreement. The
Mm.
power of agreement. And like you said,
Mm.
that my husband talked to me about it. Listen, I always say that in my next life, if I see him, I'll still marry him. He's not a
Yeah.
perfect man, but he is
Yeah.
the perfect one for me because we
Oh yeah.
understand
Right.
ourselves. We have our
Exactly.
issues we go through, but my husband
Perfect
is
for you.
such a humble
Mm.
person and such a man that has the heart for God.
Mm.
His heart is out there for God. He understands a lot of
Mm.
spiritual things, and I'm so humbled that I I
That's
I
good.
marry him, and he has
So
also helped
good.
me a lot in my spiritual
Mm.
journey. And it's so funny
Wow.
because when I remember when I told my family about him when I wanted to marry him, my
Mm.
family, my dad in Houston, because my dad is Pastor Victor.
Mm.
He's a pastor. It was like,
Okay.
so hey, is
Oh.
this boy born again? Hey, my response to
Oh.
him was that whether born again or not born again, he's a Christian.
Oh.
I
Oh.
don't want you to suffer. Oh. So
Oh.
they were so scared. I don't want my
Oh.
daughter to suffer. They were so scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mm.
said, Pastor, don't worry,
Wow.
I got it.
Yeah. God.
So when they
God is
see him now,
good.
they're so
God is
proud of
good.
him. They're so proud of
Yeah.
him. I just told them that
Mm.
whatever you mean, right? Everybody have their own perspective in
Yeah.
their heart, whatever, born again, whatever. Because the fact that you're not going to a Pentecostal church at that
Yeah.
time doesn't mean that you're not a born again
Right.
Christian.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's always been somebody with the heart for God since from childhood.
Mm.
Yeah. So I just thank God for him. Yeah, he's the one that even made me to really realize that was true because I was like brushing it outside. I said, "Come don't be telling me that it's not my fault. You have your problem in your work. Go and solve it. You have a wicked boss. That's why." But
Yeah.
when he told me, I put me down and said that I have to understand
Mm.
spiritual dynamics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And since that day, I really try not to get angry with him. I try. So
Mm.
whatever happens, I just take it to God. I say, Father,
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
solve this for me. Give me peace.
Mm.
So I try not to get angry with him. Yeah. Because if things are going wrong, it
Mm.
affects everybody.
Everything.
It affects the whole family.
Everybody.
So we have to
Mm.
understand that. Mhm.
Mm.
War Room is a movie every woman should watch. Yes, my dear. If you have not yet watched War Room, go watch it.
Oh, powerful
She
movie.
said, yes, it's true. It's not really a good thing, but a very powerful weapon. Yeah, it is. So women
Mm.
understand your strength, your strength in Christ,
Mm.
not
Yeah.
anyway.
Correct. Mhm.
Please, your strength in Christ is not your strength as a
Yeah.
physical strength, your strength in Christ. So thank you so much for that
Mm.
topic, for that question. It brought out a lot of other questions
Mm.
that have been answered. So yes, transparency is very important. Financial infidelity, it destroys just as um uh, um how do you call it, cheating,
Feeling
you
right.
know.
Mhm.
So let's be aware. So our next question, hopefully we'll have a little bit of time. Um this concept of a man being the sole provider of the family, what is your take on it? We grow up in Africa, now a man has to take care of the family and all that. He has to provide, he has to do this, he has to do that, right?
Mhm.
So what's your take on that aspect?
Looking at it from God's perspective, I think God made man to be the head of the woman. I would put it that way, and the head in the marriage, and equally to provide care for his woman. So God made man to actually be a provider, to provide for his woman. But I think that doesn't mean that women cannot contribute into the home, into the marriage. That does not mean the women just, just sit back and relax and do nothing. But I think the man is like the head, the leader, the breadwinner, the provider. But I think with the challenges in this society today, I think a man alone cannot carry that weight financially. Reason why for me, I think women, if they are capable of, I think they should step up and, assist in whatever financial responsibilities are there in the marriage, just to make sure the husband is relieved. Because the two are supposed to work together anyway. So where you can come in as a woman, please do to come in to make your husband, to relieve him of the pressure, the financial pressure sometimes.
That's very, very important. Ernest Kanjo watching live from Ohio. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thanks for watching. Yes, this concept of a man being the whole the provider of his family, that is good. You said it right. You have to be the provider of your family, but it doesn't give a password for the women to be lazy and just stay. One thing is that imagine you yourself, self-improvement is very important. The reason, if we take it back home, right, the reason why widows back home suffer too much is because they don't have anything to do.
That's right.
They depend solely on their husbands. So when God forbid the man is no more, number one, if you are in that type of family that is crazy, they will first of all come and accuse you that you're the one that killed him. Then take everything from you,
the house,
and leave you with the kids. So if you're that kind of woman that you were just sitting and enjoying the 20 house help, the opening of door, you are not trying to improve yourself, guess what? You are in trouble. That's why some people, when their spouses die, when their husbands die, it's hell. So in as much as our husbands are supposed to be the breadwinners, the sole provider of the family, because even the Bible says it, a man who does not provide for his family is worse than an infidel.
Right.
So boy, brother, uncle, you are supposed to provide. Now, the issue here with the modern world where we are right now. Yes, thank you, my sister. Man is the head of the family, and woman is the helper.
Right.
Ernest asked the question, where you can come in as a woman, please do, to make the financial burden lighter. Yes. To make the financial burden lighter. That's very good.
Yeah.
That is what, and my sister Babi says what? Man is the head of the family and a woman is the helper. So you are coming in, just like Ernest can just said, to make the burden lighter. You are helping. So women should not just sit, like I said, and just watch the men to do things. If you can do something, auntie, do something. And let me also stop here and say that doing something does not mean that you must be educated. Doing something must not mean that you must have bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD. It's not only about education. Doing something is that you may be talented to do hair. Girl, do hair. You may be talented to cook food. Baby girl, get down and make some food for sale. You may be talented to knit. We have talents, natural talent. I remember when I was growing up, I told my mother that if I don't have money by education, my hands will give me money. Why? When I was growing up, my friends will look at me as if in my small quarter, like say I'm crazy. Holiday time, do I have time to be walking around? I don't go buy my banana. Can't give my house, do my akra, sell them, do this one. The year I don't want to do akra, I tell my mother I will go to Douala, buy breastwear, pants, come and sell. That is being productive. Don't just sit in the house and do nothing. You can sit and be a housewife and still make money, especially in this age. Social media, they all side. People really make money. Some who know how to make money on social media, but people are making money on social media. So do something to help it. Listen, if you know how important when your $500 means to your husband, sometimes when I want to make my husband, I'll just tell him that I better come and take this thing here. He'll be like, wow. I said, don't be flattering me. Don't flatter me because I've given you support. So it's very important. it's very important, because we know that sometimes we lose our jobs, but do something, do something on the side that you can even buy food, you can even buy something for the kids, not only showing your hand all the time, My sister said it's high time women stop being liabilities to men. Oh, my sister, preach that. You can say that again for the people in the back to hear. Stop being a liability to a man. Because you are a liability to a man, the man will not respect you.
Yeah.
They will not respect you. So, yeah, let's do that. Now, so I want us to go to this aspect of 50-50. This aspect of 50-50 concept. This 50-50 concept, you should tell me, what is 50-50 concept?
So 50-50 concept is just it's when you split the expenses with your partner. Split the bills, whatever it is, vacation, all the expenses. You split 50-50. You as a woman, you pay 50, the man pays 50.
So, what's your take on this aspect? Is it good? Is it not good? Let's see the two sides of it.
Yeah. So I think, like, generally looking at God's perspective, God made man to be the provider, right? To be the head and the provider. The woman comes in as the helper. But the way the society is now, and the way expenses, everything is, expenses are high and all of that. I think, like we said, women can always come in, to support in one way or the other. But I think, on the other hand, I want to say, I want to say this, when there's love in a relationship, I think when there's love in a relationship, I don't see any reason why people cannot work together. What is yours is mine. What is mine is yours. The expenses, the bills, I believe the man is the head. He should take care of that. But if I'm able as a woman, if I'm making money as a woman, I don't see why I can't come in and say, you know what, babe, I'm going to handle this. I'm going to handle that. I'm going to handle this. And it should be nothing. It's out of love. It's no competition. It's for us to come to a place where we have less stress. We can enjoy our time more, have less stress, and not worry about money or finances or bills or expenses. So for me personally, I look at it that way. When there is love in the atmosphere, there's love between you and your partner. What is mine is yours. What is yours is mine. But we've made it in a way that I don't know. It's kind of like, it's like a power struggle. Or what is like, okay, 50-50. The only way you can respect me if you bring 50. If you're not bringing 50, you're not bringing anything, I don't have respect for you. I think that's the downside of the way people look at it sometimes. It is not bad to contribute, but what's the intention? Is it the only way I can respect you because you contribute? Is it the only way I can show you some type of, treat you better because you bring something on the table? If you don't bring anything, I don't respect you. I regard you as nothing. So I think that's the downside of how people look at it sometimes. But I think to mature people, there shouldn't be an issue with that. But like I said, the society is the way it is. Sometimes it becomes an issue. It becomes a problem.
Thank you, my dear. This aspect of 50-50. Do you know that it took me time to ever understand what this 50-50 thing is? I never knew there was something as 50-50.
Yeah.
So one day people were talking about something. They say 50-50, 50-50. I'm like, what is 50-50? They say, well, where all the bills are split in the house into two equal parts, and each partner bring their own to put in the account to pay bills. I was shocked because it was strange to me. I remember some people were asking me, like, why are you acting as if you don't? I said, my dear, this is the first time I'm hearing this. Let's go back to the beginning. How marriage came about to start with.
Yeah.
When we understand what is marriage, this 50-50 has no place in a home.
Yeah.
50-50 has no place in the home. In the beginning, right? How did Adam and Eve come from? How did they come about? Adam was alone. God made him to sleep, took out something from him, took out a rib, closed it back. My papa always called it spiritual surgery. First ever surgery.
Yeah.
When Adam got up, he saw Eve. Immediately he knew that that was part of him. That was a missing part. So without Eve, Adam is incomplete because there is something missing in him. That rib that has been taken out is missing. So he's without a rib. Eve has to close that gap. He said, bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. And God said what? A man will leave his father and mother, cling to his wife, and the two shall become one. The one only for sex. The one only for climb for bed. The one is in everything. So if I know the one means what? That's the only mathematics that people say it doesn't add up. One and one, how? It need to happen. It's because the other one is incomplete. You have to use fraction. The other one is a fraction of the other one. That's why when you bring them together, they make the one. So if I know that you are me and I'm you, brother, that bank account is mine.
Yeah.
Sister, that bank account is mine. This bills is our bill. So the time that you don't have the money I have, I pay. Yeah. The time that I don't have, you have. Okay, so what happens if I'm not working? What will happen with the 50-50?
Yeah. Wow.
What happens if the financial capacity of one is higher than the other person? If I'm taking $10,000 a month and you're taking $5,000 a month, we'll bring 50-50. Then the problem with this 50-50 is that once we bring that 50-50, then our own person, then the rest of the money is our personal money. How do you people grow? Because if I have my personal money now, I know what I do my own money. After I've bought the 50-50. Then once you have bought the 50-50 now for the bills, it means that even for the kids, we have to make another account because I don't want to spend money alone. I will say, okay, for the kids, they have to go to school. Bring 50% of their school fees. I bring 50% of the school fees. Okay, for food, bring 50%. Everything 50%. Come on, is it not exhausting?
Yeah, it is.
Why don't we just go? Why don't we just do the easy way? Yeah. And just say, babe, let's take care of the house. It's our home. Let's work together. Yeah. And that's the reason why people who do 50-50, when one man lost job, no problem. I literally have a friend who told me that one of our friends were having a divorce because, quote unquote, she cannot bring anything on the table. Is that not sad? Is that not sad? So, I mean, I just want us to picture this thing, right? Let's picture this thing. 50-50. When you do that 50-50, first of all, you have already split. There's a separation already.
Yeah.
There is division. Yeah. You've started something that you have just started dividing.
Yeah.
And that same pattern will continue. Because when I'm saying that 50-50, we are bringing in that one account, it means that, number one, when we bring in that account, what is left in my account is none of your business. I don't care about your money. You don't care about my money. I mean, what kind of a home can that be? People have succeeded like that. But I am saying that if you are in a kingdom marriage, that is not a place in your marriage. Yeah. Go and quote me anywhere. I have said it. If you are in a godly marriage, that's a separation of 50-50 is not, it cannot be part of a home that God is in.
That's true.
It cannot be. Because when I am down, you are to lift me up.
Yeah.
When you are down, I am to lift you up.
Yeah.
When we work together, the burden is light.
Yeah. Mm.
Once we start having that division, everybody starts having their own project. And that's why when I bring my project to you, you're not going to look at it.
Mm. Okay.
That's why when you bring your project to me, sorry, babe, I don't have money.
Wow.
Because we are not working together.
Mm-hmm.
This aspect of 50-50 is a worldly aspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Not the
besides,
Bible.
if you look our forefathers, our fathers, our mothers were not doing nothing. They were housewives.
Mm-hmm.
And our fathers were providing 100%. If at all anything has to happen, boy, we have to be going back to that age. Not doing no stupid 50-50. I know people are not going to be happy with this message, but I'm sorry. 50-50 has no place in your home if you want to build a godly home. If you are a child of God, you are in a kingdom marriage, 50-50 is not your portion. You are bringing division in the house. You are dividing what is not meant to be divided. Everything in that house. My husband made an illusion one time. He was illustrating something here. That he was trying to illustrate this 100%, this two become one.
Mm-hmm.
He said, when two people are coming for marriage, right? You are bringing your own 100% in.
Mm-hmm.
The other person is bringing their own 100% in. And when they reach here, it makes the whole, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In marriage, the two shall become one. You are bringing your own 50%. I am bringing my own 50%. We come together and we meet here. That is the one. We have 100%.
Yeah.
We have a whole. Right?
Wow.
Now, imagine if you say, no, I don't want this one. This one we're going to do like this. What have you done? You've reduced a 10% of yours. You have put 40. That gap, you have created a gap. That gap comes like that. Let me take this thing. I hope people can see me. You've just put a little gap of 10%. You look at another thing saying, nah, I can't put, I can't give all. You have increased the gap. You look at another thing. Before you know it, you keep widening that gap. And it becomes back a fraction. And that's how the division comes. We look some little things, they look so subtle, but they are the root cause of so many unnecessary issues. This 50-50%. My sister said 50-50 is a slow poison in a marriage. Yes, it is. When you people are together, it literally just flows like that.
Yeah.
I remember there was one time I said, we were discussing something. I said, wait, who said that Danny cat there with me? Somebody asked me, Danny give cat for you. It was so strange. I said, what do you mean by Danny give cat for me? I don't understand that question. Is something wrong with the card? He said, Dan give card for you. I must have no fit to. You know if you give card for me. I said, wait, when you give card for you, what you do? You go under the card. He said, Mommy, not even that though. You know, I even know how much for the cat. Come on now.
Wow.
So I don't know how truly, my sister, we can emphasize this, but this 50-50 thing, marriage concept, the concept of marriage, of finance in marriage, it is not different from the concept of fidelity, faithfulness.
Yeah.
So we have to stop following what the society. The problem is that we keep following society. We come to America, we are in this new age. Why don't we copy the things that are good?
Yeah.
Some people give me the excuse that well, it's because my husband does not manage money well. My husband he spends money too much, or my wife spends money too much. Both of you sit down and talk about it. Come out with a plan. Because the truth is that in marriage, there are some people that are spenders. They spend money carelessly. But sit down and talk about it. But the solution is not the 50-50. Get something else, communicate about it, talk. Because once there is that division of 50-50, hey, other things will be falling in place.
Yeah.
Other things will be eroding inside. Because when I come to ask you, when we have done already 50-50, I come and say, well, babe, I beg, I'm deep picking their milk don't finish. Oh, I need it. It's I better only give my own contribution. I'm not giving no money again. Because by the time you give it, the 50-50, I have the right over my money now. Well, babe, really need something for Cameroon. I really need some $100. No, I'm not giving me $100. There is no accountability.
Yeah.
Just like I said here before, communication is key to everything. It's not only about intimacy. Finances will make you understand that love is not enough. Financial struggles, it is real. And the only way to navigate it is open communication. Talk about it. It is not 50-50. 50-50 is not the solution. For me and for a child of God, if you understand what marriage is, it means that my husband is me and I am my husband. That is what it means. There is no division. It is one. I have the right to get into your bank account anytime. But do we have to know who is the spender? Who is the one that squanders money well? Yes, we have to know. Why are we knowing? So that we can bring exactly. So that I can say, babe, we have spent this one, bills are out. But right now, don't buy that. You want buy that Chanel bag. You want buy this thing. No, we don't get money for that one. That is the thing. Let's take it the easy way. 50. Student, paying their school fees, 50. Job, bring 50, I bring 50. Are you not stressed?
Stressful.
You need to worry you. Okay, I don't make, baby, I don't make list of market. I won't go market the list of 500. I bring 250.
Wow.
No, come on. Let's take it the easy way.
Yeah.
Just go according to what God says. Two become one. We now work together. There is nothing as working together. It makes it so light.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It makes it so easy, so smooth. It doesn't give any friction.
Yeah.
But when you have expectations there and they are not met, that's when we start having issues. So this concept, for me, there is no concept.
Yeah.
Let's stop following society.
Yeah.
The concept of finance in society, no, we have to do 50-50. Because this thing of a Western world, we don't know this thing in Africa.
Yeah.
We come here and we take it. Common sense will tell you that if you are in America, it is not the same economic situation as in Africa.
Right.
So you got to get your butt out of your chair and start working to help your husband.
Right.
It is not about saying that I will try my best, you bring 50, bring 50. It doesn't help. It is about both of you working together. A home that will work together, where the father and the mother, the couples work together, there will always, it's not like there will be absence of problems, but solution will be more than problems. That is why in a home that they work together, there's financial transparency. When there's any financial issue, both partners will sit together and say, babe, this is what we have. The only thing in the account is this one now. I don't know how to do it. Then you see they sit down, put their heads together, and start bringing a solution. But if I did not know what is your bank account, I have my own idea about it. Money of your account, no, we don't take money yesterday. You don't pay now, which bush be? We pay now already one. We pay now already one. So who's at the rest day? But if it is transparent, I know. And so I'm aligned. I know.
That's right, you know. Yeah.
So I just pray that we understand that this thing for us Christians, like I always say, my message here may not resonate with everybody because I am talking to the people of God and for somebody who wants to change their situation in their home.
Yeah.
It takes two to tangle.
Mm.
It takes two to tangle.
Mm.
So both of you must be in agreement. And these are the things that you need to know before you get married. We neglect some of these things. We don't discuss them. Then we enter marriage without this. That's why you be there. So for me, I don't know about you. I don't know about the people watching me. 50-50 should not be a place in a home for couples. 50-50 is not a place in marriage. Now, you, the man, if you are so worried about whatever, boy, uncle, go back to the olden days and do 100%. Take care of your family. Take care of your wife. Your father took care of your mother. She wasn't doing any 50-50, and the marriage was okay. Some people still do that 50-50 and are still being abused on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Some people say you don't bring anything on the table and their husbands are abusing them. Listen, there is no excuse to abuse. There is no excuse. I'm encouraging every woman. If you can bring anything on the table, please try to make sure that you bring something on the table. But auntie, if you cannot, that's not the doom of that marriage. If you are indeed married to a man of God, and when I say man of God, I don't mean that pastor. I mean a child of God. If that man understands their position in Christ, and if you, the woman, understand your position in Christ, we don't have to have this problem. Instead, that 50-50 will create that gap for us. That's the gap that we don't want. Let's do everything together. Everything together. And so there is this thing that we are doing 50-50. They say, no, in America, there's too much obligation in America. How many men help with house chores?
Right, that's another thing. Yeah. That's another thing.
Is that not the problem we are facing too?
Yeah. Yeah. That's another big thing.
Because we want 50-50 for finances. Can you help me with the kids in the morning? While I'm doing their breakfast? No. So why can't we do 50-50 everywhere? And that's the issue that I get from some women. They want on me to be bringing something on the table, but when it comes to the kids' house chores, they cannot help.
Yeah.
It brings resentment. Why do you think you have to come to America and change and follow? Okay, let's follow. We are in the Western world. We have to follow the standard in America. Some of us African men, we are following the standard in America only when it comes to money.
Money, right?
You cannot go to the sink and wash your plate. You cannot help me to give shower to the kids. Is that not a double standard? What's your take on that? That's a double standard for me.
Yeah, I really think, like you mentioned, there's no 50-50, first of all, in the Bible to begin with. It's not there. Why? Because God intended marriage to be teamwork. It was meant to be teamwork. The two shall become one. Once we are one, we are supposed to work together. So, and that's the issue. When they create this 50-50, okay, now the women are going out, okay, trying to work and, support and contribute in the home. Now, I think a lot of times the men don't understand that they equally have to contribute to help around the home. This is our home. It's not the woman's children. It's not the woman's kitchen. It's our home. So if you expect your wife go out and work so you can contribute, the bills are high. Okay, work so you can contribute. Please understand that you should take responsibility equally to do things in the home without even being asked. It's not like I'm helping my wife. No, that's your wife. Those are your children. That's your home. You live there. Those are your clothes. Do laundry sometimes. She don't have to wash your clothes all the time. Why don't you wash her sometimes? Wash your children's clothes. It's not her children. It's our children. So I think that's where we have preached the thing, and then but we're not saying men need to balance up too. Balance up. If you want to do the 50-50, why don't you balance up and do 50-50 in the home? So like you mentioned, the way you broke it
Yep.
down, I think it's just best to just get the whole 50-50 out of the table. Let's work together as a team, because it's just causing
Yeah.
division. It's just causing division. You really explained it. I even had a better understanding when you explained it. I didn't know if the 50-50 goes down to all the little bits and pieces. You really broke it down.
Mhm.
So I realized it's just, yeah, it's causing a lot of division. It's not bringing the couples together. I think it's rather setting them apart. So how about we go back to what God really intended? Let's just be a team and work together. This is our life. We're in this forever. Why don't we just work together? Let it just flow. Let's just flow. If we're all going to work, fine. But when we come home, you come home before me as my husband. Look, can you just maybe do some dinner? The kids are there, give them a bath, do their homework before I get home. If I get home ahead of time, I start doing stuff. You come in, you join me. You don't go sit down, be watching maybe football or something. And while I'm trying to do all that, and then at night, you expect the best sex ever. That's not going to happen when I'm tired. That's not gonna
I'm
happen.
tired.
I'm exhausted. And then sometimes the men will complain, oh, my woman don't want sex anymore. No, no, no. You're not helping
Mhm.
her to relieve her of these duties.
Mhm.
He can have the strength to satisfy you at night. So these are things I think we need to really talk about, because it really needs to talk about this.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Because when people are talking about 50-50, we're always only ending about what do you bring on the table. What is Olive saying?
Right,
This is my wife,
right.
my husband, that's my husband's little sister. My so 50-50 not only for children, not money. Oh. No, my dear, you are getting all wrong. You are
Yeah.
reversing it. When we talk about 50-50, it's about money.
Money first. Yeah, okay,
What you
money.
bring on the table, financial
Mm,
wise, that's what the 50-50 concept is.
mhm,
50-50 financial concept. That's why we are saying
mm,
that we are only focusing on 50-50 financial concept.
mhm.
How about us
Right.
looking at other things?
Mhm,
Just like you've said so,
mm,
you and a man, you come out for house morning time. He come out for house too, right?
mm,
Go
mm.
work. You
Yeah.
come back, you have prepared food, you have done this, you do that. Sometimes you're going to bed tired in the
Tired.
morning. Since you have to go
Mm,
to work, you have to get up 5 a.m.
mm,
to start
yeah.
prepping things. You get the
Preparing.
kids
Yeah.
ready. He's there snoring. He's there
Mm,
snoring. You get his
mm.
own food ready, get his own breakfast, get the kids, put them in the bus. Then he
Mm.
comes and grabs his lunch and is going.
Wow. Oh.
In the evening, you
Mm.
come back, you prepare his food, come. Then in the night, you one can say, you want a bottom belly. Abba, come on
Mm.
now.
Mm.
You're not taking me to that route.
Mm.
You want something, do something.
Yeah. And some of them will be
So,
very fast to find a side chick because they think, oh, the wife is not doing her marital. You don't find a side chick to satisfy
yes.
them. Instead of,
Mhm.
manning up
They're not thinking what happened.
the woman. Yeah, to relieve her of the burden, so she can be your best. They give you the best sex. No, they rather go find a side chick to satisfy them instead of stepping up and saying, you know what, I should assist my woman. I should relieve her of this, all of this, so much work on her, all of this, housework on her. Should relieve her because she's equally working, bringing money to the family. No, they rather find something out, which is not it's not the solution. It's not the solution. It's rather
Mm-mm.
creating a more division in the marriage.
More situation.
Yeah.
More situation in marriage. So I just pray that people will understand this. It is important. Even if you the man, you are doing whatever, you are the provider, whatever. Listen,
Mm,
men, the little thing you do for your wife,
mm, mm.
it's not about finances.
Yeah.
If you just go to the kitchen and just do that, if that sink don't full with a pan, you go wash them. You don't know the
Mm.
way
Mm, yeah.
she feels inside.
Somebody.
Just that one gesture, maybe if she was even tired, she didn't want to give
Yeah.
you nothing. That day she'll be the one to approach you.
Yeah.
Come and take this thing now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a turn on right there.
Mm. Listen, I'm just being real. To be honest,
Yeah.
when you the man, you help your wife.
Mm,
First of all, that scenario of helping with house chores is first of all a bonding activity.
mhm,
Is relatable. You are
mhm,
communicating something.
mm,
You understand what I mean? Where I'm telling the men, you want to please your wife, it's not about buying Chanel bag. If money was the only thing that pleased women, trust me, some people who don't have money
Yeah.
to buy Chanel bag, what will happen to them? Some people who don't have money to
That's
go for vacation with their wife, what will happen to them? Small things. Listen, a woman is so happy when you help them in the house. When you come back from work or you come out somewhere and you see that your husband is in the shower giving, man, listen, I always like that. From now to, I always tell my husband that when I come and see them, I'm giving him praise. See, you are the short. My next life, I must thank God to send you my way. You'll be like, now so, flatter me. Listen. Sometimes when he gets me angry, I just need to think about the thing that he's doing for me. I'm like, I know if I cannot get angry with my husband past a certain level.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not because he gives me money. I always tell him that if I was looking at how your ass was broke before, I'll never marry you. But because of the way he was treating me, and he has not changed. Small things. Small things that even if he asks when you're tired, you just think about that. The wedding man, you just give.
Right.
So men learn it too. It's not about just come and throw money.
Oh yeah.
It's not about come and throw a Chanel bag. Come and throw somebody like me. First of all, I never be interested in material. So that Chanel bag cannot move me.
Yeah.
So let's. No, to be honest, my sister, I don't know. So those small things, those small things that you do, those little things, they go a long way. That a baby, you are sitting in the kitchen, you are cooking, and the baby is upstairs crying. He just woke up. He's sitting. Let me not curse. He's sitting down there, watching TV. Babe, that pikin woke up. If you go take it, hello. I should say your food no cut. Go get the baby. Small things. Come on, man. I'm begging you. Please your wife with these little things. These little things. When she's in the kitchen. And those are the places that people even have somebody, as like I said, sometimes I'm in the kitchen, he's coming there as if he wants to wash pan and he's touched. I said, if you don't come and help me here, just go and sit you down there. Don't disturb me. Those are the things. It's and when you have that kind of home, listen, 50-50 is not the problem. It will not exist because you guys are together.
That's right.
I wish men will understand this. Let us try to build these kingdom marriages. And I pray that just like me and so are in this ministry, may God really give us the grace because there's still lots. We had about how many questions here to answer today? We have not even done 1/3 of it. But we'll continue because we cannot take the whole day. So the main thing here is your financial concept. Please don't follow the society. If we follow the books, if we follow God, by the way, God is the one who started marriage. The world did not create marriage. There is nothing that the world created. They are giving us the imitation, the counterfeit. The real thing is in there. And let's stop looking at social media. Get the truth from the word. What it says is needed there. We are not going to be perfect all the time, but the grace of God is sufficient. So I pray that we understand this concept today. So I want to thank you. There's one comment there. It always takes a God-fearing man to understand the concept of marriage. Any man who believes domestic housework is for woman is already working towards failure. Thank you. Oh, now woman is in that, and a woman is in that. Now woman is in that. And again, that's one thing that men should understand. You know that when we bring our parents from Africa, and they can come and cause problem in your home because if they see a man doing those things, they'll be like, why? Be careful. Educate them.
My God.
Educate them. So let's not do, because it's a concept from back home, from back in the days. You cannot blame them. But things
Mm.
are changing. And it's not like they are changing. It is in the Bible.
Yeah.
So that's just it. So I'm man, we cannot continue. We have to end here. We will find time so one day I'll continue on this
Yes.
on these
Yes.
questions.
Oh yeah. For sure.
We'll continue on these questions because for
Yeah.
real, it's
Yeah.
serious. So I just want to thank you so much. Just like your last thoughts out there, what advice do you have to give to those who are out there aspiring to get into marriage concerning finances?
I think singles who are trying to get married, I think what they should first of all do is once you find that person that you know, okay, this is the person that God is saying, this is who I'm going to settle with, this is my going to be my life partner. I think these are things you should bring on the table before the marriage. During the courting time, you're getting to know your partner, you're getting to the point where you're going to get married. You know that's the direction you're already heading. Talk about these things, have these discussions to detail. So you'll come to a common ground, a common understanding, so you're on the same page. Because to be honest, I didn't know a lot of these things before, but now that at this stage I am in my life, I'm like, okay, these are things should have been talked about before you get into the marriage. Discuss about finances. Do you all want to have joint bank account? Which it should even be. You should have joint bank account. We should be transparent with these things. But find out what is his own take on it. What is her own take on that? But we are a team, so we should work towards having, if each person is thinking their own thing, dialogue, so you all can come to a common understanding. We're gonna be a team, so we're gonna have one bank account. We're gonna be open with our finances. We're gonna be transparent. You talk these things, so we all, whether we have our different backgrounds, we're coming from different thinking about money, we are on the same page. We are on the same page. We are on the same page, especially aligning to what God is saying about marriage and finances. So we are now on the same page. So I advise singles to have this discussion before you get into marriage. Don't just run into it. There is a lot you need to talk about before you get into marriage. And I think finances is a big thing to talk about before marriage.
Yep, it sure is. But we never talk about it.
Yeah.
Then we hit the bubble. Oof, boss. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. Anyway, so some of us it's by God's grace. Myself, I never talked about finances, but it's just God's grace that it just so happened that it is happening in the right way, you know.
Right.
So what do you have to say to the married people concerning their finances?
Oh, to the
For
married
those,
people.
what advice would you give to anyone, any couple struggling with
Uh-huh.
finances right now, financial infidelity, financial transparency? What can you tell them that can help?
Okay. All right. I think at this point, if it's as a couple, if you're struggling with your finances or being financially open, I think it's time to like do a re-examination as to why you're not being open with your partner with your finances. And then get into God's word first of all to find out what marriage is and what finances mean to marriage and to your partner. Get into God's word and understand what God's mind is on that. And I believe personally, equally develop a relationship with God, a deeper relationship, I would say, because some people have, some people don't. But develop a relationship or even a deeper one. The more you work with God, He gives you a better understanding of His mind on marriage and every other thing,
Mhm.
finances and everything else. So I think at that point, when you cultivate that relationship, God will tell you how to adjust certain things. Things you're doing right, great. Things that you're not doing right, how to fix that. But communication equally is a key thing. Start to be open with your partner about your finances. I am telling you, sometimes we are craving for peace, looking for peace, and no, peace is all about our transparency and choosing to work
Yeah.
together as a couple. The peace we are looking for is going to flow like a river. We just need to do what's right. What's right before God and before your spouse, and watch how happy you're going to have a happy home. You're going to have a joyous spouse, a happy environment, a peaceful environment. It's all about doing what's right first before God, before your partner. I'm telling you, we'll have the best marriages. We'll have the best peaceful home.
Amen. You said it all, my sister. That's it. Before God. Do what is right before God. and before your spouse. And guess what? We always know what is right, but we don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Concept of choice again. We
Yeah.
know what is right, but
Mm-hmm.
we don't do it. We
Yeah.
want to look for excuses. So
Mm.
yes, she said it. Either you're out there having an issue with your finances, be transparent, communicate about it. There may be a reason why your partner doesn't want to be transparent. Sit down, communicate, because that struggle does not only weigh on you, your partner, it trickles down to the kids.
Mm.
So
Mm.
please, couples, find your solution in God and communicate. Nobody can read your mind. We are not psychics here.
Mm.
Nobody can read your mind. And for the singles aspiring to get married, she has said it. Get these discussions. I'm gonna have a series on that will target the singles. What you're supposed to be doing during your courtship, rather enjoying
Mm.
the things you're not supposed to be enjoying. You should be take that time to be understanding the things you're supposed to understand before you get in there.
That's right.
So yeah, that I think we've had an amazing time today. So thank you so much. I know that you're too
Thank
tight
you.
and busy, but I really appreciate your time here.
Thank
It's been an amazing one. I appreciate
you.
all your thoughts, and I'm hoping
Thank
that we get the time to finish this because we didn't finish it.
you.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
I
we will definitely finish it.
yes, we work towards
Yeah,
that.
as we go through. Yes, we
Yes.
will. Thank you so
So
much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming here today.
happy.
Blissful family,
Thank
I want to thank you so much. This is the start. It's been a while. We haven't been here, but I hope that you all enjoyed it today. Hopefully, keep praying for me so that I show up every week. So I show up every week. Too many things going on, but we thank God. I know by His grace, I'll keep showing up. And I pray by His grace, He keeps giving me the messages that people need to hear to better their marriages. I am humbled to be here. I don't take it lightly. It is not a matter of social media thing, it is a ministry. And I don't take it lightly. So if you have any questions, you can still reach out to me. You can continue chatting on the comment section. I will see it and I respond to you. You want to get to me privately, you can go to the Blissful Couples Corner at gmail.com. That's my email address. And email me and we will get in touch. Thank you so much. Thank you. So thank you again. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
sis.
much. I appreciate your time.
You too today. Thank
All
you for
right.
having me.
Bye. We'll talk. All right, family. We are going to end it here today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for everything, your comments. Everyone who came today, thank you so much. Sister Olive, Sister Barbara and King. In short, everyone, I cannot remember all your names, but I really do appreciate you. My stepmom, Amel, she was there. Enes Kanjo, everyone, Azdinwi, everyone. I really thank you. Aya, Jay, thank you so much. And I'll see you all next week. Okay. Have a very, very, very blissful rest